I want to take a moment to celebrate Carl Sullivan, a man also known to me as Carl Uri, and to many other people. Uri spelt Youri, although in its origin his name was Carl Uri, Uri. And it was only after Uri Geller got in touch with him and basically threatened him to not mess around with his trademark that Carl started to then write Youri. So for me, he will always be Carl Uri, Uri. And I wonder if there's something in the names that led to us resonating immediately, because when he met me and I said, my name is Iam, he said, oh. And, maybe Carl's like this with everyone and has this ongoing recognition that we are all ultimately each other. We're all part of creation. I see the God in you, you see the God in me. We're just a manifestation of this incredible thing that we call life. There's no discernible boundary. There's no real distinction between where I end and you begin. Because, for example, the empathy that we experience between each other is because of fields that operate between our different biological structures. And although you might see the edge of our skin as being a solid boundary between us, even skin is not a solid boundary, and our breath is being shared between each other. The way the thought of me in your mind means that, am I actually restricted to this body, or am I now existing in your mind? Anyway, Carl is someone who has this very deep appreciation for the mystery and the divinity and the humour of life. One of the first things that struck me about Carl was his ability to be able to laugh about absolutely anything. I could share with him some tragic event and he would say, for example, my mum got run over in a car crash yesterday. Oh, well, at least she was here to see you yesterday. Or, he would always be able to come up with some incredible, beautiful, trite, true, real, or at least imagined positive aspect to even the darkest things. And it's that has really, I would say, characterized our relationship over the years, is this ability to be able to laugh into the darkness with heart, with real love in our hearts. And if anyone was to listen to our humor between us, at times they might be doubtful or dubious as to how much love was in it, because sometimes it can be pretty extreme, but there is real love in it. Now, Carl, the first time I met him, I was at Glastonbury, and within about half an hour of meeting him, he'd invited me to live with him when I got back from Glastonbury. I was homeless at that time, and I said, are you sure about this? Shouldn't you check this with your housemate? And he's like, yeah, don't worry, I'll talk to him when I get back. When we get back to Glastonbury, I'll come round in my car because I've got to get rid of my car. I'll come round, pick you up. It was an old, battered old Mini. I'll pick you up with all your stuff, bring you over to the flat. I'll have talked to my flatmate and you'll just move in and live with us, rent-free, in our attic. And I thought, okay, well, let's see how he feels after the weekend and see if that really manifests. Well, he was true to his word. He came and picked me up in his Mini just before he was taking it to the dump, and he picked me up with all my stuff, and we get to the front door and his mate comes down and I say, you sure you're all right about me moving into your attic? And he goes, you're moving in? Carl hadn't said a thing. And Steve, a beautiful man, said, not to worry, Carl's king. If he says it's fine, come in. And so then I lived with them for the next 6 months in what was the most creative period of my life. We made music every day. Whilst we were making music, Carl was decorating this attic, the loft space that ended up becoming we recorded an album over that period of times, Loft Sessions 23, where we did the most outrageous recordings with Carl drawing on the ceiling and helping with the music, doing incredible vocals. He then, with his friend, went on to record, how many albums have they done now? he has recorded so many albums of music as vocalist and crazy musician. Even though he's got no musical training, he has an absolutely incredible ear, and you can check out the Evocatives material if you really want to hear Carl's beauty come into manifestation through music. He's also in recent years become an incredible DJ, and he's got an astounding taste in music. But Carl's drawings and his gift for design and for animation, he's got an absolutely unique style that's immediately obvious. You can you can normally go, that's a Carl drawing. And one of the incredible things that he's made over the years is this thing called the Pleebles, which just breaks my heart that is still not out there. He has this childlike mind that he has condensed into this project called the Pleebles, which is an animated world ready to set into a whole load of cartoons. He's, for the last 20 years, been making characters, both 3D and in computers. He's got the man who recorded the voiceovers to Mr. Ben to record the voiceover for this cartoon. He's managed to create this total universe, this huge 3D world that he's made that you can actually see. It's a living model, and he's created high quality video footage of all the settings and written storylines and got music and everything to create this beautiful show. And unfortunately he's never had the money, never managed to find someone who's seen, look at the incredible thing that you've created, and help to find the money to be able to make that happen. I've been so preoccupied with my own family life and my own risk of survival, or fight for survival, that I've never been able to help him in the way that I would really love to. And yet, yeah, he has made this absolute work of art. For years and years he's been working as a graphic designer and animator and helping people, working for all sorts of different projects. He's worked as a video artist, and he currently does a lot of work to support his partner Sophia, who runs an incredible singing project online, or it started online in lockdown, getting people singing together. I think it's called Singing Ourselves Home, and he now supports her in doing this incredible project that is touching and actually bringing together hundreds of people for the act of singing together. I still haven't had a chance to actually participate in one of her workshops yet, but I do look forward to that. So Carl, this is to recognise the genius in you, the genius in your unique style of humour, of design, your talent for being able to see the bright side in almost anything. He has gone through immense personal struggles at different times, and yet still managed to, he's someone who's experienced a great deal of nervousness in certain situations, and still managed to push himself through, to keep drawing himself towards being a better person, very conscious and aware of his health and doing the best things for himself and the planet where he can. And so I have just enormous admiration for this person. I'm so glad that he is in my life. He continues to be a great source of inspiration. How I would love to live with him again and share a period of creativity like we once did. I can't say enough about him. So this is to celebrate the wonderful Carl Sullivan, by whatever name you know him. The world is a better place with you in it. Love be with you.